Hello, it's good to see everyone today. It's a rainy afternoon here, but we're going to keep on plugging. I'm Nita Black with nitablack.com. If you ever need to reach me, you can go to my website or email me. You're getting emails from me already. And I really am excited that we have 9 ladies participating in this challenge right now, which is great. So I'm going to share with you some additional information that you might want to add to your plan. The first thing I wanted to talk about was a one-page marketing plan. I found a good template. If you go to this website, successwise.com, you enter your email and they'll send you the free download. It's a one-page marketing plan. And what this covers, it helps you organize your thoughts on before somebody becomes a client, what is your target market, your message to that target market, and the media that you're going to use. So if you're going to use social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever online, if you're going to blog and post blog information, various places on the web, if you're going to mail out flyers or introductory letters, all of that is media to reach your target market. So you want to get into the details of how you're going to connect with your target market. Your target market is your prospect. The second phase in your marketing plan, which again is one page, let me admit Deborah. Hey there.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. Looking a little ragged, but happy to be here. I wish I had known I would have been on this earlier.
Well, we'll do it again. I just started the recording, so I wanted you to know it's going to be recorded. So if you want to hide your face or whatever, please do that. But you look fine. I'm glad you're up and well, and I'm sorry to hear all that's going on with you, but you just got to keep on trucking, right?
Oh yeah, and you couldn't get any luckier than I am. I mean, I'll tell you the story another time, but I'm really quite okay, and they caught it very early.
Awesome. That's awesome. Well, I had just started the recording and I'm talking about a web link that I found. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
And at this link, there is a free download, successwise.com, and you can access that one-page marketing plan. And I'm suggesting that everyone do this one-page plan as a part of the business plan process. So we talk about, we've already talked briefly about before somebody is your customer, they're part of your target market. And then once they become a customer or a good prospect, how do you capture leads? Is it through a spreadsheet, through email marketing? How are you going to systematize that capture of information? Your lead nurturing system. So if you contact somebody today, and then you have a system to contact them a week from now or 2 weeks from now or 3 months from now, how do you plan to address all of this capture of information? Point number 6 is my sales conversion strategy. So out of maybe 10 contacts, 5 might be good prospects, turning 1 into a customer. How are you going to do that? How are you going to lead people through that conversion funnel so that they become buying customers? And then once they're a customer, point 7, 8, and 9 are how do I deliver a world-class experience, which means how do you follow up? And then how do you increase your customer lifetime value? And how you orchestrate and stimulate referrals. The best source of referrals is from existing clients. I hope this is helpful to you as an additional resource in developing your business plan. The next point I wanted to bring out was maybe adding a chart. If this helps you organize information in your business plan, this table below describes your products and services and who the target market is for each product and service. In my business, for example, I have a consulting service. I have a minority business enterprise consulting service. and I have online courses. So I would put that information, each product description at the top of each column, and then fill out the information below. For my consulting services, I would describe what exactly does that mean, how I'm unique, my price, and what types of customers I think will be this particular service will appeal to. And if you continue along this grid, the client characteristics of that particular service, that subsector of your target market, and then any other information that you might need to gather on your target market. So I'm going to move this to the next page, hopefully, so you can see the full chart. But you could copy and paste. After today's Zoom call, I will send you this handout so you can copy and paste any of this into your plan template. And you can also add rows, like if there's other categories that you want to explore for each product, or if you have more products, say you have 5 main products, I would suggest that you focus on your priority, your main revenue driver first, and then look at your secondary revenue driver, and then your tertiary. So maybe 3 up to 5 products or services to evaluate here. The next section I wanted to share with you after this chart is how to describe your target market. I took this information from another business plan. I've been sharing with you about Penguin Printing Company, which of course is a made-up company. This was an analysis that I did on a nonprofit that was serving women. And so our target market, if you can see the sections, women-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, women-owned, other women-owned businesses, there were startups. So there were 4 groups, 4 segments that we were looking at the time for this particular business. And as I mentioned previously, you can go to sba.gov, census.gov, NAICS.gov, and pull lots of information. For example, in this particular entity, I wanted to look at the MSAs, or the metropolitan statistical areas. I wanted to know what the population was, how many firms there were, and then how many women-owned, minority-owned, veteran-owned, and then those very small, less than 500 and less than 20 employees. So I pulled all of this information from online sources to gather into one chart. And then I took this information and summarized it. And what I said, I concluded that in this particular example, that the primary target market was women-owned businesses, 2,324 of them in the Memphis area, and roughly 2,000 of them were minority-owned. And then my secondary market at the time was employer firms in the 9 MSAs with less than 20 employees. So this was more of my online thrust to reach so many more people in a broader segment. I hope this helps you discern what your target market is and how to reach them, how big your target market is, and what makes sense to you. And please email me if you have any questions along your journey. The next chart I wanted to share with you that you could possibly add to your competitor section would be just a way to analyze your competitors. So think of 3 similar companies or entities that you compete with and name them up here: XYZ company, ABC company, CDE company, and then put your business information here. So you want to be able to evaluate your competitors by going to their website. Go ahead and put their website here, put your website. What date were they founded? Where were they located? How long have they been in business? What their specialties, services, and products are. And then you show yours, the uniqueness of each of your competitors versus your company, their strengths and your strengths, their weaknesses and your weaknesses. and then in a summary, what each competitor has to offer, and then try to come to some conclusion on how you're different and unique so that you can compete effectively by knowing what your strengths and weaknesses are compared to theirs. So this chart you can copy and paste into your business plan template. The next chart that I wanted to share with you, you could add to your marketing section of your business plan. And this talks about money. And also, if I want to suggest, if you have any questions along the way, you can put them in the chat or just jump in because we don't have that many on the call. So just jump in if you have any questions. So this is a one-time marketing cost where we're going to do a focus group. We're going to pay for the initial logo, the colors, the design of flyers, the design of the overall framework of our materials and the messaging. The website, I just estimated $750. Business cards, $250, which nowadays you can get. This was several years ago. I've gotten business cards from Office Depot on special for less than $20, 500 cards. So you don't have to spend a whole lot of money on business cards, but it's a way to have a small summary of your contact info, your tagline that you can stick into a thank you note or a letter and just inexpensively connect with a lot of people. The trade show banner. So these were my startup marketing costs of $4,200. And then in this particular example, I estimated monthly costs. So you'll see that these costs can add up. You want to identify as many of those costs up front as you can and make sure that you can do what you want to do with the money that you have to do it. So this was basically 17,000 roughly. Oh, what is it? 12 to 1,500 a month is what we estimated in ideal marketing cost. The next section, I've included an organizational chart or a sample. This could be added to your management section of a business plan where it makes it visible. If you are the CEO, the founder, the president, go ahead and put your name. And if you click on that box, then you can begin typing here. And then let's say you've got a director of operations or a management assistant who is supporting you. You can also organize outside resources, like if your main advisor, your business advisor is your accountant or your attorney, you can put them out here, put their name, and then put outside counsel, outside resource. As a small business, if you are doing everything and you have only outside resources to support your business needs, then go ahead and fill out the chart that way. If you have an internal staff, say 4 to 10 people or more, then go ahead and figure out who your main roles are. You can also use this as a now. Your organization looks like this now, and then copy this over and complete it for a planned organizational chart. The next section could be valuable to you in terms of accounting policies and procedures manual. I can't tell you how many businesses who've had a trusted employee, long-term friend who has embezzled money from them. And so having policies and procedures in place up front is a good way for you to control and mitigate that risk. This link leads to a good policies and procedures manual and just an overview of accounting policies. And here is a summary of what might be included in your manual. Now you can make it as complex as you want or as basic as you want, but just do something to protect the financial value of your business so you can control cash in and cash out. You know where you stand, and you don't have somebody ripping you off for a long period of time without you knowing it. And I have one more. Are there any questions at this point? I have one more document that I wanted to share today. I'll pull that up. if I can find it. So Deborah, for you, as you're just joining us, let me briefly go over. This is our sample template. There's a bubble here, which if you click on it, you'll get my content, my comments, and it takes you through the structure of a business plan, what a business plan looks like. And we're covering these 10 sections, and I believe I've added one more, a request section. So in the plan template that I just saw, let's see here. Thank you. Thanks for the comment, Deborah. So in the, I'm giving you an example of the wording for Penguin printing so that you can use it hopefully to create your own plan. And you would just copy this over or just start from scratch, start a new document from scratch. But this goes on through all the sections of the plan. At this point, we are about halfway through the challenge. So we just completed the management section, and this next week, if you get on our 6-Figure Connect Facebook group, you'll see posts that start talking about the various sections to wind up the business plan process. The future development, we'll talk about exit strategy. And let's see here. There was one other document that I wanted to share with folks, if I can find it on my computer. And it is about human resources, staffing and human resources. So let me see here. Okay, this particular resource is from Workable. Let me see if I can share this. I'll send this document. This is a free information site from what I can tell, although they're always wanting you to buy stuff. But this is an employee handbook. What is an employee handbook? Employment basics, workplace policies. It goes through all the major aspects of an employee policies and procedures manual. Here is a template, which I believe you can download for free. And I will give you this link in the follow-up to this Zoom today. Workplace policy. So this is it's a very comprehensive HR policy template or guideline, dress code, cybersecurity, conflict of interest, general rules that you can describe in your HR policy. It's probably not going to be important right away if you don't have employees, but as you begin to add even contract employees, see, this section is about resignation and termination, progressive discipline. As you grow and you need to hire more people, then this sort of document is going to be helpful to you. So Deborah, I'm going to conclude the recording and I will send everyone a link today. Thank you for joining me and participating in the challenge, and I'll see you soon.